My TOEFL tip is to just basically understand what academic means and how our language relates to academic discourse, the way we talk together and write together. The history of academic dialogues between people goes back to Greece. Socrates was a very well-known, or is a very well-known philosopher who talked a lot with questions. And one of the people who paid attention to what he said is Plato. Plato liked this kind of sharing ideas, questions, and thinking about logic and reality. And he opened the first academy. And the academy is where people had equal value, equal opportunity to share ideas. The value and power of the idea was not how big someone was or how rich someone was or the family connections. Instead, it was how much there was support for the ideas, how much experience was used to describe the reality of the ideas. There was also a challenge to people's thinking by disagreeing, and that was welcome. And the academy developed into an academic culture and academic schools. So all universities now are following this tradition. And in America, this tradition of sharing ideas where everyone has equal power and equal opportunity is very common. The teacher is not the only voice. And TOEFL is asking for skills that show academic abilities. So my tip is basically to see yourselves as students in an academic environment as equal to the teacher in power and ability to share ideas. The necessary element to your ideas is support and explaining how you have your ideas, where they come from, and usually that's from our experience or from what we hear from other people, what we read. But in a nutshell, let me say it again, the academic environment is where you have value and where you have a voice. So don't be afraid to say your opinions and to use what you experience to support it. That's my tip.